If you become angry at any point with people, is that because it's a tendency or a negative entity? Or is it just a tendency to react like that?
You see, if you get angry within yourself, and if you are sure that you are not doing anything wrong, for a Sahaja Yogi there is no need to say outside you are angry. There's no need. That anger itself is a power. And you should do your bandhan and anything that you want to do. But you should not show that you are angry. You should be absolutely silent because you can be. You are in the axis. You are not on the periphery. Actually, the anger is just to see your anger and use that anger for that purpose. And once you start doing that, that anger will itself work out. That anger will itself work out the person. And you'll be amazed how it, but you must learn to see your anger that is working. All these things are important. You have seen that sometimes only shouting at the bhoots, they go away. And many mad people have been cured like that. But you don't do all that. That's for me. You must be always decent with decorum and all that. But if the anger is because of your nature or a tendency or out of control, then it's a bad thing. If it is an out of control, then it's a bad thing. If you get into a temper because it is out of control, then it's a bad thing. I can get very angry, but I am completely under control. I know why I am angry, where the bhoot is, how he is running away, I can see it. But you can't see the bhoot, you can't see anything. So there is no need for you to get angry, show temper. But if you have an anger, say for example, which makes you uncontrollable, then there is a mantra for that. Shanti. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samsthita. You must ask for that bliss, for that peace. This is a mantra for you. For controlling your temper, you have to tell yourself, Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samsthita. So Shanti is the point, the axis point is that. From where you witness everything, you are in Shanti. You are in complete, you are not in a turmoil, even if you are angry. You are not in a turmoil. Whatever is angry is the power, and the power is taking charge. But unless and until that is achieved, what you have to do is to put yourself in a position that you are peaceful. So I think that's a very good mantra, is to say, Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samsthita. Can you say that?
Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samsthita. Namaste, 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 namo namah.
So the Shanti is your fort. But peacefulness never means cowardice. Never call cowardice as peace. A person who is peaceful is never coward because nothing can transgress it. Nothing can overpower it. It is never, never possible that cowardice and peace can go together. But your power is inside, not outside. So you don't show your power of your anger outside. But just a little anger with anybody, you will see it will work out. But first establish that position within you where you are the axis, where you do not allow anchor to sit on your head. That is the growth. That is the growth, that you are at peace. Also, another question. All right, satisfied now? Both ways you should know. That one is the anger that is detached is perfectly all right. Anger which involves you, work it out. So judge yourself as to what it is. Good question. Now some questions. When such intellectuals were sitting here, ask me some questions. What is that?
What are your plans to spread
Huh?
yoga in larger scale?
What are my plans? I don't plan.
What else to do?
You see, I don't plan because I don't know how far my instruments are ready. You see, first now my only plans, if I have any, is to really prepare my weapons all right. Once they are done, then we'll fix them up. You see, unless and until you know how far your bomb can fall, how can you plan it? So first of all, I must measure up the power of my children, how powerful they are. That's what I'm trying to do now, is to make them aware of their powers, to use. Like you see, Hanumana, when he was born and when he grew up, he forgot that time. And he forgot his powers. So he was to be reminded that you are such and such powerful person. You don't know what your powers are. You ate off the whole of Surya. This you did in your childhood. You are born with this power. But now, after growing, you are rather be sort of forgotten it, and also you were afraid of using them, and it's sort of looks like in a dominant position. But it is there. If you just try to remember them, it will come. They have tremendous power, these people have tremendous power. But they have to assume and stand on that. If they do not do it, you see, if I tell them now, go to this house, oh mother, there may be a bhoot there sitting. A person comes possessed in the ashram. They all shut their doors, oh God, this bhoot has come. Or something. Then what's...
How can we deal with, you see, there is one problem, and one big problem inside yoga. It's those who are devoted to you at the expense of others.
Those who are devoted to me?
Those who use the excuse of their devotion to you, Mother, sometimes to oppress others.
They are what?
Sometimes people use their devotion to you at the expense of others. So,
then again, the same thing, Jamail, is the same thing. You see, it is, you have to do it. All those who are doing that way. I'm just pointing out to all those. If you are using, say, your devotion to me for the oppressing of others, all right? So it is for you to see. There is nobody who can be oppressed because your spirit cannot be oppressed. Say there is X and Y. Now Y is a person who is trying to oppress X, all right? What will you oppress? He can't oppress his spirit, can he? First point, clear. Now, this fellow, if he has to have attachment to me, nobody can stop him. That is all. You all have direct relationship with me, not through anyone. If you want to accept somebody's agency, then I can't help you. But otherwise, you all have a direct access to me. You all can grow your spirits. Nobody can dominate you. Everyone has complete freedom to grow their spirit, to know their spirit, I mean to say. And the spirit is something cannot be dominated by you. Now, supposing somebody tries to oppress you. What will they oppress you in which way? They'll say, all right, we'll not have this carpet, we'll have that carpet, or have it. Somebody will say, I'll jump in the sea, jump. Just now you jump. What will they oppress you in? You see, just see that. Not in your spiritual growth. Can they? And that's how the problem starts. You see, in material things, say in an ashram now, somebody says, all right, we would like to have a photograph of Mother put there. The other will say, no, we are going to have it there. Whether you put it here or there, makes no difference, my photograph is going to work. Even in puja matters I have seen, people will say that no, Mother is sitting there, don't put your feet towards the Mother. It's a common thing, everybody knows should not put it. But still they will say no, we want to put it. All right, let them put it. Next time they will not, because they will know it is wrong. They will find out. So, you see, nobody can oppress anyone. I am here to correct. Once you understand that you are not perfect, the other is not perfect. We are all perfecting ourselves. We are all coming up. Mother is there to look after us. Then we will never think like that. Now, I have also seen people will say that there are two Sahajogis talking to others, Sahajogis. Now, one is a very oppressive one, the another one is upset to see that this one is oppressive. Now, for that purpose, if you are quiet, silent, you will always dominate him. People will listen to you, not to him. But even if you start saying, oh, you don't say like that, and this, they will think these are fighting cocks. Then at that time, your wiser this thing will even give him a chance to understand. But what happens, one person dominates, another tries to dominate them by outward things. And the whole show is over. There is no need to dominate another person by outward things. He will settle down by himself if you show your dignity of your silence and of your understanding of Sahaja. There is no need just now to say, shut up, you sit down, you don't do. It's absolutely wrong. They do it. I have seen it. In my presence I have seen it. Because we still live halfway there and halfway here. The way we solve the problem, say you have to do some business. There are two people doing the business. One person says something, another says, why did you say like that? You shouldn't say. This person says to that person, you shouldn't correct me. Like that the fight is on. But that doesn't help anyway, there also. But in Sahaja Yoga it will never help. The another person can only win over by his dignity, by his quiet methods, by approaching a person properly. That's how the leaders will come up. They won't come up by shooting another person down. Not at all by any chance. That's not possible. It's not good leadership. Good leadership is just the way you handle the situation, not the way you fight another man down. So many times you have seen, I just keep quiet, it works out. Not necessary that you should at that moment shout. There's no need. And it creates a very bad impression and very bad leadership. First of all, you cannot be dominated. This is one fact, is the truth. You can grow in your spirituality, whatever people may try to dominate in the worldly things. Thank God we don't have any organization. Thank God we don't have secretaries, assistant secretaries, under secretaries, by secretaries, upper secretaries, lower secretaries. We don't have any nonsense. Otherwise, even that would have been dominating to people. Then they would have fought that. So we don't have that problem. We don't have any money problem because we don't have all these nonsensical ideas. I have solved these problems by having no institutions, no positions. Everybody has position. But the greatest position is of your spirit, which you establish. The attention is not there, it's more ego-oriented. The whole stuff is ego-oriented. You can't fight ego with ego. You cannot. You can only fight ego or superego with spirit. How much do I dominate you? I absorb all your aggression also. And how much do I dominate you? If I have to correct you, I go forward and do it and tell you that I am correcting you, whether you like it or not. And you see the result, it's all right. But if you have that capacity, do it. Then there is lacking in you that you cannot do that way. So be prepared not to at least spoil the show of Sahaja. One person is talking too much, all right, the others will say he is good for nothing, but another one is a sensible. But if you both are fighting, I don't. That doesn't show any wisdom or growth, isn't it? Does it? Those who think that by dominating in small things you are going to achieve anything are wrong. Actually, I have seen my grandchildren are realized souls. They are not bothered about these things. They don't do this. This kind of a fight they don't have. That where to keep these, what to do this, they don't have. Nothing. At the most, they might fight for a chocolate or something at the most. But in spiritual matters, they never fight. In spiritual matters, they never fight. That's the place one should not fight. One should not argue. That's the point, not to be argued, because truth is one. What is there to argue? You have seen all these saints, you see, those who have talked about me. What do they say? Everybody says the same thing about me. There cannot be any fight between saints. Can there be? If the truth is one, how can there be fight? But because one is inadequate, another is dominating. Both must achieve that state. But the best is to be more dignified, more grown up, more patronizing. People will definitely take to you because you will become the leader. Arguments are not going to lead you anywhere, I can tell you this much. No use arguing among yourself. If you have to argue with others, not among yourself. Otherwise, no. What else? What is the thing? Any other question?